Congratulations on your admission into one of the most prestigious institutions in the country, Nigeria. It must have taken you a lot of dedication and sacrifices and commitment and hard work to get to this point. And for that, I must commend you. So well done. This is a very important moment in your life. And it's not because it will determine whether or not you'll be successful in life. No, but it is the sole factor that determines whether or not you will be a barrister and solicitor of the Supreme Court of Nigeria. And so for that, it's a very important moment. I strongly recommend the following. First, quit complaining about what campus you have been posted to. Just stop complaining, especially if it's something you cannot do anything about. I know that a lot of persons want to be posted to Abuja or Lagos, but there's only so many persons that these campuses can take. Law school requires at least 10 months of your life. The moment has begun. So I want you to embrace it and consider it as your steps being uttered by the Lord. Maybe I'm trying to console you, but I hope it's working. Lagos, Abuja, Kano, Enugu, where am I living out? Yenagua, like myself, I was there. And you want to find your motivation. I think that we'll have something that inspires us to be the best that we can be, something that gives us energy when we're losing strength. I remember that I placed mine on my bed where I could see it, and I wrote it down in a book where I could always refer to it. Motivation for me was the special people in my life. I had my father, who I would love to see that smile on his face when I'm being called to the bar. I had my professor, who was my supervisor, who just really believed in me, and I'm like, I cannot let this man down. And I had my siblings that I needed to set a minimum standard for. And just some of those things, they just give you a why to go on. Because sometimes law school can be really stressful. You want to plan because you have just 20 weeks and you have to cover 20 weeks. So it's not too early to draw up a reading timetable, a reading schedule. It allows you to know how much time you have for fun and how much time you have for study and how much time you have to interact with other people. For me personally, I probably just don't know what to do when I don't have a plan. But having a plan has never hurt anyone. It just allows you to be more put together and allows you to allocate your time more judiciously, adequately, and effectively. Lecture starts by 9 a.m. across all campuses until about 3 p.m., 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. even, and just like that. And if you are a person like me who need personal time for study, then you want to really allocate your time effectively. Otherwise, you're just not going to have any time. You only have 24 hours in a day. You're not going to have more. You want to be in control of your time in law school because it's really limited, and before you know it, it could just slide out of your hand and you're like, where did all the time go? It was just right there as always. And that's why you want to plan. You want to develop relationships in law school. So you want the right relationship for you. The persons that you're surrounded by influence you unconsciously. You're being molded by the persons around you, and so you want to figure out how you want to handle your relationships. I've always said to myself that it is better to be alone than be in bad company. But I also realized that 2 good heads are better than 1, because the persons you're surrounded by can greatly affect your performance from the Nigerian law school, and more importantly, determine the quality of your life even after school. So you might meet persons that just engaging in a conversation with them drops an idea that could be what actually changes your life. You might find friends that will just be friends for life, and who knows, you might even find a husband or a wife. I'm kidding. You don't want to just be by yourself, and this is one thing that I would have done differently if I could go back to law school. I think I would invest more in relationships. I'm more of a lone kind of person, so you don't want to have flames on campus and all of that. This is unsolicited advice now, so anyway, but you just want to have control over your relationship. Some persons can be distracting, men or women, and that is not what you need. You need relationships that would just affect you positively, and of course remember to be a good influence as well. Decide your grade. You want to decide what you want to graduate with. I feel like that is the ideal time to really tell yourself, obviously this is what I want, and I have my eyes on this and I'm going to get this. Just set the highest bar for yourself, and that is because all things being equal, you would probably not fall too low from that if you have to fall at all. So that if I have my eyes on a first class, I would probably end up with a first class or maybe a 2-1, you know, just somewhere there. But if I set a standard of I just want to pass, you know, if there's any mistake, okay, what does that mean? Such a person is going to fail, and you really don't want that. You know, it's just best you get this going once and for all. You don't want all the stress and all the things that come with having to repeat the bar finals. At this point, you can decide, I'm not going to fail the bar finals. This is what I'm going to have. Begin a fresh start, okay? This is time for you to start over. Move forward. You know, even the Bible says to not consider the former things, but press on. So don't be influenced by whatever grade you had from your undergraduate days. And even if you had a pass in your undergraduate days, you stand a chance, and the chances are not even slim of graduating with a first class or whatever it is that you desire. So forget everything. So just push everything behind you, whatever it is. If you had a first class, don't dwell on it. Just start all over. If you had a pass from undergraduate to 1, there's no limit to what you can do in the Nigerian law school. The bar finals is not hard. You also want to take out time to pray, because I mean, you always need the message of God. So you want to probably take out a day or so, however you're led, and just commit your journey into the hands of God. God is really a merciful God, and I'm sure that He's happy to pour out His message upon you, especially when you ask. You need God. You do. Not just now, I mean every time, of course. So if you've just been offered admission into the Nigerian law school, congratulations. If you're currently in law school, I hope you're having a great time. Study hard, pray hard, and you're going to be all right, okay? And I wish you all the best. So I hope you found this video helpful. All of these tips, or will probably utilize them. If you did, please share with your friends and like this video, share it with your friends and your colleagues. So graduates of the Nigerian law school, please leave a comment on what you did before you resumed, just so it helps somebody else. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.